Hi, what I'm going to do today is paraphrase this listing agreement for all of you agents out there so you can see how you should be paraphrasing these listing agreements to your seller. When you paraphrase the listing agreements, you're trying to get these complex paragraphs into a couple simple sentences into layman's terms. And when you do that, you're really making the seller feel comfortable with this document so they don't feel any apprehension about signing this document, because it is a complex document. So let me begin at the top here, and I'm going to pretend that I have a client right in front of me here. Well, Justin, paragraph number 1 here gives me an exclusive right to sell your restaurant. In other words, I'm the only one that can sell it, and if anybody sells this restaurant, I get paid a commission. It's for a 6-month period of time, which the dates are here. And also the property that we're selling is your restaurant called Justin's Restaurant. And the address is 123 Main Street, North Hollywood, California. In paragraph 2 here, Justin, it just defines the terms of the sale. We're going to do a valuation of your restaurant, and we're going to set a price. If we agree on the price, we go out to market. If we don't agree on the price, we take the listing agreement and it's all back. No commitments to you, no commitments to me. Then finally, in the other section, 2A here, it's the terms that are acceptable to you. You'll obviously accept the full cash offer. Will you accept an SBA loan? You won't. We'll have to qualify this restaurant to see whether or not we can get an SBA loan on it. The training that you'll provide is 80 hours. The minimum deposit that we want is $5,000. And if you're doing seller financing, which we sort of encourage with this economy, you can carry 20 to 30%, and you'll do it at 6% for 5 years, right? Okay, thank you. And then also, you can't open up another restaurant, the covenant not to compete, for 5 years or 5 miles. And finally, the assets that are included in this sale, Justin, are the furniture, fixtures, and equipment, the leasehold interest and improvements, the liquor license. And do you have a website? You do? Okay, so the website would be included as well. And the recipes will have to be included, and the trade name and the logo would have to be included, as well as the goodwill and the consumable inventory and supplies. Okay? Great. Next, in section 3 here, it's the broker's authorities and duties. So you give me the authorization to hold a deposit, but I really don't take deposits when I write the offer. I write the offer, I come to you, you accept the offer, I instruct the buyer to send the check to escrow. Section B, the main duties are to use reasonable efforts to market your business, to price it, and get it out there and try to find a buyer. The seller authorizes a broker to cooperate with other brokers, but I generally don't cooperate with other brokers because most of them don't have a clue what they're doing when it comes to selling restaurants. And restaurants are a unique beast, and they are complex with liquor license, Board of Equalization rules, etc. Finally, in this section, you authorize me to disclose confidential information about your restaurant to buyers. I can't be held responsible if they violate that confidentiality. Some buyers will do that. In section 4, this is our commission. Our commission is 12% or $12,000, whichever is greater. The next paragraph here, Justin, is what I refer to as the cheating sellers paragraph, which I can tell that you're probably not a cheating seller. So I'm just going to review this very quickly with you. So this basically defines when I earn my commission. And obviously I earn my commission when I bring you a ready, willing, and able buyer who is qualified to purchase this restaurant. I've done my job, I've earned a commission. In the section 2 section here, if 365 days passes and within that period a buyer comes to you that we brought to the table to purchase the restaurant, give us a call and we'll do the transaction for you because we're owed a commission on that buyer. So let us handle it for you and protect you. We earn a commission if you cancel this agreement and the buyer defaults on the transaction. We keep half of that deposit. Put on hold. So the next section is what I refer to as the cheating seller clause. And I know that you're not a cheater, Justin, but let me review it. This kind of defines how we earn our commission. In point I here, we earn our commission when we bring you a ready, willing, and able buyer to the business. The next point, point 2, if you sell this property to one of the buyers we introduced 365 days after the listing expired, we're owed a commission, and we want to encourage you just to give us a call to make sure that we protect you when you do that. Then finally, in point 3 over here, after mutual cancellation or termination of the agreement, you enter into a contract to sell this business to one of the buyers that we introduced. We're owed a commission. Paragraph point 4 here. If you enter into a contract or sell any portion of the business greater than 1% to anybody, we're owed a commission. If you withdraw the property from the market for any reason or make it unmarketable for us, you owe us a commission. Or if you accept an offer and that you breach the contract by fraud, misrepresentation, or breach of any type, we've done our job, we brought a buyer, and you breached the contract, you owe us a commission. If you make the property unmarketable, you prevent me from doing it, you owe us a commission. And finally, if you release the deposit from escrow, you owe us a full commission. You always need our approval to release that deposit. Again, this is what we call the cheater-seller clause, and I know, Justin, that it doesn't really apply to you. In paragraph C here, we keep track of all the buyers that we introduce to your business, and at the end of 30 days of the listing, we will send you that list, so you know exactly all the buyers that have been introduced to your business. In the event, in paragraph D here, is in the event that the buyer defaults and you take half the deposit, or you take the deposit, we get half of that deposit up to our commission. In the event that the buyer breaches the contract and you sue him for damages, we get half of the damages or up to our commission. For example, if you sue them and you win a judgment for $100,000 and our commission is $20,000 in the deal, we get $20,000 of the 100. In the event that you own the real estate and you sell the real estate to our buyer, we're owed a 6% commission if that real estate is not included in the sale of this listing. And our compensation is finally earned and payable on broker's demand or closing of the transaction. On paragraph 5, every party is responsible for their own attorney fees. I suggest that you get professional advice during the process, and I can actually flag during the process when you need that, during the sales process when we find a buyer. Paragraph 7 is about the warranties. You warrant that you operate this business, you're going to continue to operate it, and be in compliance with all the rules, regulations, fire code, health codes, that you're not going to do anything to damage this business, that the information that you provide to me will be of quality information and accurate, and that nothing that you're doing here is misrepresenting the business. Paragraph 8 is an automatic listing extension. That means that if we get into contract, let's say we get into contract 2 months from today, and we're in contract for 2 months working with this buyer and the deal falls apart, we get an additional 2 months to market that property. Because in the business world, people don't put up backup offers on businesses. So we want those 2 months back to market that property for you. The general provisions in paragraph 10, you warrant that you own the business, that you have title to the business, that you can transfer title to the business, that you have all the assets that are free and clear of all debts. You warrant that there are no exclusive rights to sell on this property. And then if you agree to finance any portion of this transaction, don't hold me responsible for the financing. I want you to make those decisions. I will provide the information for you to run credit reports. I don't run credit reports. You can do that. Consent to jurisdiction will be Maricopa County, Arizona. That's where we'll sue each other. And finally, the arbitration clause. I hate attorneys. I'm sure most of you hate attorneys. So we have an arbitration clause here that we won't use attorneys, we'll use arbitrators. If you agree to that, you can sign here. And finally, to end this agreement, this is the entire agreement, nothing more added to it, and we're done. So what do you think? Want to sign it? Good.